Welcome to Boys episode 22. We are in Lawrence, Kansas, Josh.
Yeah, it's our second out-of-town show.
And it's so cool.
It is cool.
I got so excited last night. I was talking about being stoked to do this like remote podcast and how fun it is to like pack up all the gear and have these super high expectations that better be met.
Yeah.
Or else we're fucking going home.
Well, you know.
I have a good feeling about this.
Go big, go home. I do too. So far, so good.
We had a nice drive, though. Josh almost killed a guy on a motorcycle.
Well, it was his fault. He was driving into me, literally.
We're like 10 minutes from here, and there's a fellow on a motorcycle, and he's just not paying attention. And he just merges, inches from our car.
Was he a redhead?
No, he was kind of half brown, half skin. But
the skirt.
He did the classic skirted eggshell. Yeah. But he did the thing where we finally passed him and he was like, oh, sorry. He threw his hands up, sorry. And I just kind of gave him a thumbs up like, it's okay, dude. You were the one that was about to die, not us. Yeah. Like we're in a Hyundai. We're fine.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, we're going to keep this intro short and sweet. But before we get into the show, I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Thanks for donating. I hear some weird signal noise. You hear that? It's everybody's phone. Okay, we're good.
I think we're good.
All right, let's start that over. Oh, you know what? It was my phone.
Oh, that was
I just got a text. All right, before we get this episode started, just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for donating. You can go to our website, boyspodcast.com. It's a portal to all things boys. You can go to our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff.
You can email us at boyspodcast@aol.com. Thanks for those who have emailed. And thanks to those who have shown actual in-person love. We got some of that last weekend. It was really nice.
It was awesome. We went to the Get Up Kids show in Oklahoma City, and yeah, more than one person came up to me and was like, I love your podcast. I love what you're doing. And that just made me feel so good. Shout out to Ray. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Joe Payne, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. And I'll tell you what, without further ado, episode 22, Aaron Pando from Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah, right on.
Okay, so pull that mic right up to you. Don't be afraid to just eat the shit out of it.
Cool.
All right, that sounds great. You guys ready?
Like that? Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, we're here with Aaron Pando in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Pando.
Welcome.
Pando. Should I call you Pando for the rest of the episode?
You can call me whatever you like.
Aaron, when I first met you, before I met you, I heard your name around a lot, and I thought it was a nickname. I didn't know it was a real name. I was like, that's his last name.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
It's an interesting last name.
It's a strong name.
I thought the same thing. I thought it was just a nickname because I haven't heard of a Mr. or Mrs. Pando before.
Right.
So,
well, it is Mexican. It's pronounced Pando.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
At least that's what I've heard around Browntown.
But in Whitey Village, Pando.
Pando.
Right.
Oh, Aaron Pando from Del City, Oklahoma.
So how long have you had that name?
Well, I'd say, actually, what's really funny is that I was living with my grandmother and grandfather, and their last name is Domert. So I took that last name, was just using it for probably until I was like 7, and was signing Dommert. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm just going to use my name because it was just me. And there was no other Pando. So 7 years old, I guess.
All right. So almost all your life.
I took it. This is my dad's name.
You took it and you owned it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, thanks for having us to your house, man.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this
lovely
evening.
abode.
I know. I walked in. I was like, damn, this place is nice. Not that I expected any less.
No, I mean, this is the nicest house I've ever lived in my entire life.
Isn't that a good feeling, though, as you get older?
It's amazing.
You settle down. You find the love of your life. Everything just falls into place. And then you live in a nice house.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make you miss those old days when you were living in squalor.
Oh, no. I reflect on those days fondly.
Sure.
Yet
They're
kind of cringe.
Yeah, they're good memories.
Yeah.
But I would never want to live those days again.
Right. Like, I'd love to visit that city, but don't want to live there again.
Yeah.
Or go back.
Well, when we stopped halfway, more than halfway to get something to eat, Robbie and I said that thing of if I could go back, and because it's a college town, Emporia, Kansas, we saw all these young kids about. I'm like, man, if I could just go back and do something differently, it might have been just go to college immediately. You know, you could still party. People still partied and did shit then. It just seems like you take that punk rock leap out and you crash with friends in a house. It's like 5 dudes in a 2-bedroom house, and you live in squalor. We did that for quite a long time, and now everything just seems to kind of just fall into place and happen, and here we are in our 30s and doing shit right.
Sitting in a kitchen, a comfortable kitchen.
A very comfortable kitchen.
With, 4 chairs that match.
Chairs or just chairs.
Chairs in general.
Yeah. You're not sitting on a cooler.
Exactly.
You know?
Or, I've got plenty of milk crates in the garage, but they're no longer furniture.
We talk about that often, growing up and piecing your life together when you're in your early 20s and, trying to make furniture, things like that. Like just trying to put together a bedroom, like hanging up, I don't know. I would hang up like guitar ads on the walls in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And like, the mattress on the floor was a staple for many, many years. And, just hats off to any woman who slept with me when I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor. Like,
Mine was a twin mattress on the floor.
okay, that's even worse, man.
Well, not the whole time, but there's a short period of time when I lived at the Frankfurt house. I had a twin bed on the floor, and when girls would come over, it was it was good because they can't sleep over. There's only room for one of us to sleep.
Oh, you're doing like the running out of gas thing, but bedroom edition. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oof.
I know. It was too.
Now I have a bed, I have a mattress and a box spring.
Yeah.
Frame.
That's important.
Still haven't got the headboard thing down yet, though.
I'm not a fan of headboards.
I don't know. I am. I'm kind of dirty, so like my head rubs off, my arms rub off on the wall.
Oh.
So.
Dude, and nothing is more gross. We actually painted our bedroom not that long ago, and before, when we bought our house, everything was just white, kind of an off-white, kind of similar to this. A darker
taupe?
shade of white. Taupe.
Taupe.
Yeah, taupe is a better word
This
to
is
describe.
dirty eggshell.
Actually,
Dirty eggshell. It's skirted eggshell.
Ooh.
No, we moved. Okay, so we slept, in our bed, in our marital bed, in our bedroom that we share. Still have one bed. Haven't done the I Love
split up.
Lucy yet. Yeah. But we moved the bed in order to paint the bedroom. What I like to call the color was chlorophyll. It's like the most bright, annoying green you've ever seen in your life. It's beautiful though. We moved the bed, and the white wall where the headboard should be was just like a stain. Like if you moved the grill at Wendy's, that's probably what it looked like. It was disgusting.
Was this like hair grease and stuff?
Grease, like you throw your arm up there every now and then. You might eat in bed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Some ketchup stains.
Yeah.
Jizz. There's-
Oh man.
All kinds of things have been sprayed on that wall, but mainly ketchup and mustard. But yeah, it was disgusting. Still didn't get a headboard.
What do you
I'm
do?
at that
I'm
point.
working on it.
Do you
I'm
have
at that
one?
point.
Are
I'm
you-
at that point
Are you
where
shopping for one?
I mean, it's on a list of priorities, like adult priorities.
Yeah, that list you have
like some power tools and
401k.
Yeah, well that's already in the works.
Oh.
a couple of sawhorses in case you want to do shit out back, cut some wood up.
Yeah, well, an axe,
An axe would be good.
a blower. This is ridiculous.
Like a leaf
We
blower?
were talking about this.
No, it's adult shit that you don't start thinking about until I'm 30.
So you live in a place that you
yeah.
plan on staying.
Yeah.
And that
a long time.
and do you guys rent or own here?
We rent now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even though you rent, we went from apartment to house. And even if you're renting, like we just bought our house not that long ago.
Yeah.
You need everything. But you also need a lot of things when you rent.
Oh, yeah.
When you buy, though, you don't have anybody to help you. Like your landlord's not going to come help. So last night, I feel, your lovely wife is sitting in there on her phone.
What's up?
And I feel like such a chauvinist, but I'm just going to say, my wife and I were fucking last night. And
Hey.
as soon as we were done,
She likes that word.
as soon as we, well, hello.
Yes.
You wanna come sit with us now? As soon as we were done, I rolled over. I got on Amazon on my phone. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to order that snake drill for the toilet. Like, God, how sad and pathetic is a homeowner?
I don't know, man. That's the life, though.
It was kind of funny though.
Legitimate.
I was expecting her to be like, what the hell? But she's like, oh no, good idea. Order that so it's here Sunday.
In post-coitus bliss, just like,
I'm ordering an auger.
yeah, you're in that, like, your mind is open.
It's a runner's high.
And you're like, oh fuck, I forgot to get that. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah. It's like, how could I have forgotten?
Yeah.
Anyways.
And
It just makes sense.
But in like 2 days, you're going to have a snake drain.
We're going to have the cleanest, most
Cleanest.
flushable toilet. It's not even the toilet. I don't know why I said that. It's the bathroom
But
sink.
see, when that comes in, then that might put something in her head like, oh, we fucked when you ordered that. Let's go fuck now?
Again, it's a constant reminder.
Every time she uses the restroom, she's just going to think about that magical time.
She's going to open it up.
It's one.
You have the upper hand now.
So many sexual euphemisms going on here.
The other thing, man, okay, I have to say this. So I'm a big fan of bathrooms. Like,
Yeah.
I love a good bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
I love our bathroom at our house. I got a bidet not that long ago. Life changer. Amazing. But your bathroom is very special.
Yeah.
It's like two bathrooms right next to each other. It's like the guest bathroom and the master bathroom right next door.
Rachel, what did they call that? You don't remember? There's a specific term for it. I think it was just a larger bathroom that was cut in
Expanded?
two. Cut in two.
Okay.
Like it was too big, maybe.
Okay.
The space was too big when they built the house. I don't know.
So
but I enjoy it.
So are there two shitters in there?
Dude, two
shitters.
sit downs.
Yeah.
Two sinks.
Wow.
A door separating. I went in because, we were on the road for a little while, came in, had to go to the restroom. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, what a great idea to put a door between the shitter and the shower.
Yeah.
That way, if you need to take a shower, Rachel's in there taking one of her dumps.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
You can have a little privacy.
Classic lady dump.
But then I craned my neck around just to take a little look. And I was like, dude, there's a bonus shitter in here.
Yep.
How awesome.
Bonus shitter. Is that
good.
how the
Plus the
agent
sink.
sold it to you?
Yeah.
Well,
Bonus shitter.
It's an add-on.
we came to the house and we looked at it. There were kids here, college kids, because this is a college town as well. But this is North Lawrence. Like, not a lot of college kids push
That far away from campus.
across the river.
Yeah.
But they were in here, and we were telling them. We told the guy, it was like, "Oh, we'll put a deposit down now. We'll write a check right now and drop it off at your house." He was like, "Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you guys are a couple. We just ran through this house." I peeked into the bathroom. Did not remember that it was a double shitter. And when I got back in here, seriously, like for months, I was like, "What is up with that other bathroom?" And I couldn't come over here because somebody else was still living here. I get here, I just raised my hands to the sky and just started thanking the Lord.
Sometimes you just got to thank God for that double shitter.
Well, another thing I've noticed I've lived in many rent places, houses, apartments, whatever. Renters love couples.
Oh, yeah.
They love couples because you're not just a couple of like college dudes, like they're going to trash the place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have nice things. You have a nice place here. Like,
Thanks.
It's not going to be, you might party, but it's not going to be like chaotic like it was back in the Gatewood days and all those days.
Having friends over for dinner and wine is not like, hey, bring over 3 30-packs. Let's get fucked up.
3 30-packs and a pack of playing cards. We're going to play Circle of Death and just not remember the rest of the night.
Jesus. Circle of Death.
Yeah.
That was in every single friend's circle.
Yeah.
Anytime you went to Norman or Edmond or some random house in Oklahoma City, somebody was going to play that game.
But each city had different rules.
It's true.
It was weird.
I remember writing a bunch of different rules down, different versions.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to Tulsa tonight, and the way the Tulsa people play it is Jack is this or whatever.
Yeah, you're like talking about it on the way down.
Yeah,
you're like,
gotta make
wait,
sure.
what's that stupid ass rule that we're going to have to follow?
Yeah.
But then you just forget about it because you're wasted.
Well, you get wasted after like 5 minutes. It's the point of that game is to get shit-faced.
And that's the point of any drinking game, I would say, is to get as drunk as possible, as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I've never
Really safe.
Played it as a sport.
professional. I have a jersey, helmet. I've never really been into drinking games. Like, I like to drink. I like beer.
Yeah.
I used to like liquor a lot, and I like to party. But I've never been into drinking games like Edward 40 hands.
Yeah, I saw people do that. I've never participated.
One question for both of y'all. You know Edward 40 hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did the person that tell you that brought that into your life, were they kind of trashy?
Yeah.
Were they kind of trashy?
Or were they trashy at all?
I mean, absolutely.
Because there is something.
Del City, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've said enough. There's
Sad
something
is
about
probably the-
Edward 40 hands and the white trash scale. There is something. There's a correspondence. There's some sort of correlation there.
Any person who's going to duct tape 2 40s to opposing hands, that person,
I keep hitting my mic.
there's I'm not going to say lower socioeconomic, but there's definitely something in the brain that's not quite there.
Who thought it was a good idea to say, you know what? I'm going to strap 2 40-ounce crappy beers to your hands, and you can't piss until you drink at least one of them.
Well, the thing, you're supposed to chug one, and you can hold your dick with the other one.
Like with the bottle, or do you
No,
actually?
you can. Well, you duct tape that one on, and when you're done with that, you can take that one off, so you have a free hand.
I was told both of them have to be gone before you can take it off.
Oh, really?
So I wrapped black electrical tape around this thing, and it was like slipping because it was wet. And electrical tape doesn't really stick to wet things.
Gotta go duct tape, bro.
So it's like slipping down my arm, like, so I'm like drinking it very awkwardly, tipping it by my elbow.
Condensation dripping down your arm because the bottle's getting warm.
I just had to drink them as fast as I could because I just couldn't handle it. And I think I probably went to sleep somewhere.
Probably in a ditch or somewhere not comfortable.
Somebody's car,
Somebody's
car.
twin mattress on the floor.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
Josh's.
in a corner somewhere.
In a corner somewhere, yeah. In a jam space somewhere.
Jeez.
There might be not a lower point in my life than the time I slept in my jam space.
Oh.
First of all, I was in a band with some good friends of mine. Not the most hygienic fellas. And I've always been kind of a neat guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a dirty guy. You know, I don't stink. I don't really stink usually. And, love the guys, but they were a little gamey from time to time.
Sure.
And we were also just like pounding high lifes, like at practice, like 30 pack. Left the cards at home, just slamming beers. And then one night I got drunk and I couldn't go home. And because I was actually living with my father at the time because I just moved back from Austin. And I slept in the jam room and I woke up in the morning. You didn't realize when you fell asleep because you were kind of buzzed and like sweaty. But I woke up in the morning, like my head was on a stack of like 12 pack cardboards,
Geez.
And I was like, it smells like fucking potatoes in here. It
Not in a
smells
good way.
like boiled potatoes.
Oh my God.
It was disgusting. Like I woke up
rough.
and I immediately went outside and threw up.
Yeah.
Might have
you
been
wake
one
up,
of-
you're sober, and you go, "Oh my God, what did I do?"
The haze has settled, the smoke has cleared, and you're like, I'm making some bad decisions. I'm going to sell my amp, sell my guitar.
I'm getting out of this.
I got to get right with Jesus.
I'm going to learn real estate sales.
Yeah.
I'm going to rent to a couple of non-college kids and
Get my life.
it was bad.
Get my life straight.
Yeah, I think I had that moment when I slept in the band van in front of a restaurant that I worked because I had to work a brunch. And unbeknownst to me, some people that I worked with in the restaurant had thrown like raw fish in like a bag and like tucked it under the band seat. Like, I think it was like the passenger seat. So, and it was hot during the summer. And I did the go to sleep in the back of the van wasted and woke up and did the same thing because it was all enclosed and it stunk like fish. It's disgusting. I was like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah, it's so nasty.
But that was that moment. I go, I started rethinking everything.
Well, how did I get here, and how do I not do that again ever?
Yes, exactly.
Ever again. I don't know if I ever had like a weird. Well, there's probably been quite a few. None that really come to mind, but probably far worse than yours.
Oh, I'm sure.
Outdoors, maybe like falling asleep outside of a place,
Like in a parking lot or I think like a
probably
wooded area.
a parking lot, or maybe a backyard or something. More than likely a backyard.
Are you talking a come to Jesus moment or a waking
No,
up in a
I'm
weird
talking like
spot?
waking up in a weird spot.
Oh.
Yeah, just like you get drunk and you hang out and you just kind of fall asleep in a lawn chair.
I was going to say, fall asleep in a lawn chair, you wake up in a lawn chair and you come to Jesus.
You do.
Yeah.
That's
You
also
really
what
do.
dads do, though. Like, I'm just imagining like my dad on the 4th of July. Like, he goes hard early. He's smoking meats. He's making ice cream.
Absolutely.
And then, by the end of the night, he's half-ass asleep in a lawn chair
Too many
In his-
yellow bellies, and he.
at his own house.
Oh.
So speaking of how you got here,
Yeah.
talking about not here, but let's go back to the van.
Yeah.
Tell me how you started playing music, and let's go back in time a little bit and get
Yeah.
to the meat here.
Man, I was kind of preparing for this to talk to you guys, bringing up all the nuances of my younger life and the points where you guys had stepped in, maybe unbeknownst to you as well, Robbie, coming to my church and with Nick Johnson. And
Wow, dude.
Cornerstone.
Yes.
And I know. I've been thinking about it for a long time, and it's like Nick Johnson got me into music.
Yeah.
MXPX,
Mhm.
Teenage Politics. He told me he could play Study Humans,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so impressed. And then, like, the next record he showed me was Around the Fur by Deftones.
That was like me and Nick's like time right then, man.
Dude, I know.
That's fucking insane. Like, here's the deal. Total curveball. I didn't even remember that until you brought it up. And then like all of these moments are flashing in my brain. I was probably a huge asshole.
Oh man.
Was I dick? Was I dick? Tell me I was.
Vivid. Vivid dickery coming out of your mouth in youth group.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Tell me.
Oh man, it was just awesome. I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know. It was cool. I mean, you're like what, 2 years older than me?
I'm 25 now. No, I'm 35.
35. So I'm 31. You were 4 years older.
Okay, that's a good age
That's
gap.
a good gap at that moment, like when I was maybe 14.
Well, let's be honest. There's a certain amount of allowable dickery.
Oh, yeah.
In a 4-year gap at that time in your life. Okay.
You know you're going to expect it.
Okay. You're not going to kill me tonight in my sleep or anything, are you? Don't look at me like that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
no,
Nick,
but it's just so crazy.
Nick and I thought we were hot shit, man.
I kind of thought you guys were. I was like, oh,
so
I'm getting
sweet.
made fun of by these fucking assholes.
They got colored hair.
Right. And then, man, I don't know. It was like Nick showed me that stuff. I started listening to like the Juliana theory and Zayo and all this Christian stuff. Started hearing about shows, never being able to go to shows at like the Outer Cafe and all those places.
Because you were too young to...
Way too young.
Get
My
in a
grandmother
car, yeah.
said, nope, never. She was pretty strict, but
Well, you were Del City.
Yeah.
You never went to Mocha Madness shows?
nope. Nope.
You missed out.
Well, when I was in church, which one was Mocha Madness?
Mocha Madness was on Air Depot. It's in a shopping center.
It was like 15th and Air Depot.
15th and Air Depot.
It's a nail salon now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I didn't really go to shows until an MXPX show with the Hippos.
At the Diamond Ballroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah. That was my first humongous show.
That was like 1999 or...
I think it was 99. So 99 was my first show. And that's so weird to me.
I met Mike Herrera at that show. And
What?
I had my lip pierced. Like,
Oh,
I
boy.
had just got my lip pierced like 2 days before the show, and I was just sporting it. Like, I was like, he's got his done. I got mine done.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. And I remember I was with my girlfriend's a strong word. I don't know. Friend at the time.
Yeah.
And
Girl that was giving you a hand job at the time.
not at the time, not at the concert.
Well.
But so I just got my lip pierced. And I'm like trying to be that tough guy, like protecting her from the stage diving and stuff. And in the midst of all of that, some dude with like a size 15 Doc Marten just kicks me right in the mouth. My lip expanded to the size of like a fucking pear. Trapping my lip ring almost all the way inside, all the way around. Still didn't take it out because I was like, man, I spent $60 on this.
And it was fresh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So fresh. So terrible. I want to go back to Cornerstone for just a second.
Please.
Because I remember, okay, I just have all these thoughts coming back to my brain. I remember, Nick and I making fun of people there. But I remember when it came to you, I felt like Nick was kind of like putting it on. Like, this is my friend Rob, and we're going to make fun of these kids. But then, like, he was really sweet to y'all sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think when I came around, like when I had to go to church with him,
Yeah.
I think he was like, no, man, I'm cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
This is my friend Rob, and we're dicks, But also, there was a girl, and we're gonna call her Alexis.
Okay.
She was in your youth group.
Okay.
And I remember a story that just to this day it's emblazoned in my mind. But I guess everybody in the church was on the way to a function, and they were taking turns going into this same-sex restroom. Right. Single-sex restroom, whatever you want to call it. This is before the PC police came along, neutralized everything. But so I guess like there was no toilet paper in the bathroom, and Alexa came back on the bus, and all the guys were like grilling her, like, "Hey, how'd you wipe?"
Oh no.
And she was like, "Oh, I just peed, and then I drip dried." So they started calling her Drip Dry.
Oh no.
It's so funny and so sad.
In my youth group?
Yes, in your youth group.
That's how dumb of a little kid. I was such a loser. I was even the lowest bottom rung in youth group.
You didn't even know the nicknames.
No, I did not. Man, it was
funny.
rough.
Wait, you're talking about Cornerstone on 15th next to the Del Rancho?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but then it
That's
was at
where
a
it started.
Food
I went there
Lion.
like 3 times. Yeah, well,
Right.
I turned to the food line. Yeah, where the food line was.
Well, that was the first time I met you when it was at the 15th spot. And It was when the youth group had moved into like this garage in the back.
The old portable building youth group.
Yeah.
Know those very
Pretty
well.
much.
God, that one at Choctaw Road was the worst.
It was seriously like half the size of this room we're in now, packed with like 25 kids, a full band, drums, bass, guitar, PA.
In Choctaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wall
Okay.
air unit.
Yeah.
And we were all just like, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was like cattle being crammed into this room.
Yeah.
But boy, do we love the Lord.
There's a distinct smell that when I smell it, it reminds me of youth group and going to Christian youth shows, like seeing Ragtag and Cross-eyed, and it's just that Christian sweat smell. Like, you know, you go to a show now and like you smell like kind of like drunk
That's
beer
the
sweat
scent.
smell, which
That's
is
the
different.
scent.
But the Christian sweat smells far worse.
Yes.
Like sober sweat with a bunch of kids, like.
Because those kids are going hard.
Yeah,
They're
hard.
skanking the night away.
They're not
and
moshing
it's-
though. You don't mosh.
It's legitimate, like pheromones coming out, like the evil
Frustration
dripping
Yeah.
out of their body.
I was like, boobs. I wanna get-"
It was just all the trapped juices
Oh yeah,
of adolescence just
That's a way to put
seeping
it.
out.
Yeah.
You know,
I was releasing juices all the time. Seriously though, and when I found out about it, it was rough.
What, jerking it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the one, and that's the thing you
like
still
this-
do. I'm 34 years old, and I
Still do it.
still do it. Why? Why do we have to do
I
it?
knew we were going to talk about jacking off.
it's a given.
It
You have
comes
to.
around to it. I just think it's such a weird thing that we just do. You don't think about doing. You don't plan it. Like, whenever she goes to the grocery store, I'm gonna go jerk off. And so she's out of the house like, oh, she's gone. Oh, I got like 10 minutes.
Exactly.
I just heard her car door shut. All right.
Ooh, better
just-
finish up real quick.
It's weird. So, okay, so anyway, going back to that. So you met Rob at the Cornerstone with Nikki Johnson. I met him first, but it's no big deal.
Oh yeah.
We were closer, so go ahead.
Okay, so Nick turned you on to these bands like MXPX and Deftones and all that stuff. So when did you start playing music?
I was already playing drums. I got my first drum set when I was living in Gretna, Louisiana, and living with my grandmother and grandfather, who were churchgoers. And I saw a guy play drums, and I was like, I gotta do it. Actually, it was in Virginia. Anyways, that's when I got my first kit. Was in Louisiana. I don't even remember the year, but I was probably like 5, around 5. It was like a Sunlight kit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
got to start out with that shitty kit.
It was tiny.
Yeah,
And everything was, crap, hardware.
the cymbals that bend inside out.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
5 years
yeah.
old is young.
that's young as shit.
I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about drums. I just saw it on TV. When I did see it on TV, I paid very close attention, listened to it. When I got the kit, I realized what people were hitting on the radio. And I go, oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. And just kind of taught myself for a little bit. And then I learned the 4/4 beat from some guy at church and took off.
Never look back.
Honestly, the 4/4 took me there, man. I played one Sunday morning, one song, about 5 or 6 years old at the church, like on a Sunday morning.
Nice.
So they brought up little Aaron
Yes, they did.
and they hoisted you up on the
Yep.
kit. That's
this
so
morning-
cute.
West Bank
That's so
Revival
cute.
Center in Louisiana.
This morning we got a special treat for you guys. We got brother
exactly the
brother
way it was
Aaron's gonna
played.
come up and he's gonna
bless us.
He's gonna bless us with some
bless
with
us.
some drumming.
Yeah.
Oh, I bless so many old people at church in a bad way. Like, oh, little Robbie's gonna come up and play his shitty ass acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
He knows 2 chords now. He's gonna drop out on the chorus. He hadn't got that far yet.
That's
and I get
good.
up there and just stumble. And parents just so proud.
Yeah.
Well, my mom was drunk. My dad was super proud. But just I could see the tears in his eyes as
Yeah.
I played my like pointy Washburn with my like
Yeah.
grunge pedal.
Absolutely.
Gotta
And
get
I've
it.
never left there.
That's super young to start though. 5. I got my first kit at 13.
Nice.
I got my first guitar at like 14, so yeah.
Okay.
10 years later.
Yeah, but hey, literally, I had no idea what I was doing for the first maybe 5 years.
Just P&W for a while. Just praise and worship for a while.
Exactly.
Call the Lord
I
Adam High.
had that one career gig at West Bank Revival. They were
Yeah.
like, we're not going to have him do that again.
They're like, I'm gonna see him kind of like pushing you off the stage.
Right. Well, our pastor also played electric guitar.
Oh,
And
that's
living,
risky.
And living in Louisiana, like there were a lot of blues players. We were
Yeah.
pretty close to New Orleans. So he was always just shredding blues, Christian blues guitar player.
Down, 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 down. He was born on Christmas. Down, 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 down. 3 spikes in his hand. I don't know.
3.
One in each hand and one in the feet,
Okay,
right?
3 spikes in his hand.
I don't know.
You got to get it right.
I'm no bluesman. What can I say?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's fast forward.
Yeah.
First band. And I'm not talking like, we all did the garage bands. You
Yeah.
bring your friends over. You got the friend with the girlfriend that has to be in the band. All that shit, whatever. Looking at you, Josh.
Hey, she didn't have to be in it. It just happened.
I know.
So first
like legit, band, like where you played a show.
Where you
had
play
some
a show.
Original songs. all
that would
good
be
stuff.
When Beauty Fades.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first career band.
That name.
Dude,
That name.
they had
Classic.
that name exactly like
Fitting for the
15
time.
other bands. When beauty was once mine.
Yeah.
When mine beauty was once
and
mine.
that was you, Ryan Ainsworth.
Ryan Ainsworth.
Penguin.
Josh
and
Leckie.
Josh Leckie, and who else was in that?
God, there were
Corey Hosier didn't play bass.
Corey
in that, did
Hosier played bass for a little while. He came
Okay.
in and practiced with us a few times. Man, dude, that was kind of a rotating position. There were like 1, 2, or 3
he? Now, is
bass
that
players.
is that when like you and I officially met? Because I came over with Josh that one time. And you guys were jamming in I think your grandma's garage or something
I was probably in Ryan's grandparents' garage.
in Dell City.
Yeah, in Dell City. Ryan lived 2 doors down from me. Would always hear him play. Do you guys remember the W's?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well, you are the devil and the devil is bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
that,
gosh.
that trumpet line.
Yeah.
Ryan Ainsworth was in the junior high band.
Uh-huh.
So he played trumpet. Also an exceptional piano player. I mean, I kind of really got into stuff with him. But hey, he was into ska, and then we kind of got into hardcore together.
Yeah. And
I
you
mean,
started a band. Was
started
it
a band.
in When Beauty Fades where he threw his guitar off of himself?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you remember that, Rob?
Let's see. Refresh my memory a little bit here.
I will say this: it was a brand new guitar Ryan had just gotten. It was a show at the Green Door, where was that? Downtown.
The downtown one.
Downtown Green
Was that the
Door.
one, were you guys playing with As I Lay Dying or something? Or
No. Oh, we played with the Tokyo Smash.
okay.
It was like us. We totally opened. It was She Was Beautiful.
She Was Beautiful.
Mikey
Mikey P's
Powers.
band,
yeah.
yeah.
These names.
Yeah, and you remember
taking
them.
you back?
Oh, I remember them.
Oh,
I wouldn't
boy.
say fondly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember being in the
love
crowd of
them,
that
though.
show, and it was When Beauty Fades, and Ryan had this brand new like SG, really pretty, like this like mint green looking color.
No. It was a Telecaster.
Was it the Telecaster?
Yes,
I
it was
thought
a
he threw the
Telecaster.
SG off him. So he does that guitar spin where you throw it around you,
All
and
right.
it's just he tosses it and it just flies out to the crowd.
Yeah. No strap locks. He was like, I'm going to tape it down with some duct tape, like one duct tape, because he saw some dude in Blink 182.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
do just the one duct tape.
That's
No.
all you need.
No, you need gaff tape.
Yeah.
If you're going to do some stupid shit, you need gaff tape.
And you need like the one and then like a reinforcement.
so it looks like an
adjacent?
upside down cross.
Exactly.
You have to have that.
And so this thing just went flying?
Yes.
And the crowd.
I'm
Oh my
playing
gosh.
drums. I'm looking at him, and he told me like before we played, I'm gonna spin my guitar on the last song. And I go, I don't know if that's a good idea. This is a brand new guitar, and he was like, I got this. I got this duct tape. So I'm playing drums, and we're at the last song, and like we end it, and he looks at me, and he's going, yeah,
He's ready. He's ready.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do it. And I go, don't do it. And he turned around to the audience and went, whew, and it went off stage right down to the floor, which was bare concrete, which split his neck into a few pieces, chipped the cutaway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude,
It was bad.
looking back on stuff like that though, it's so embarrassing. I was in this band, one of my first like real bands, and I had a brand new Telecaster, and then the singer in the band had like one of those SG with the triple pick guard or
Yeah, yeah.
pickups in it, like the ivory white, and we
with
thought
the gold pickups.
yes, gold pick like it's like tuxedo looking, you know,
yeah.
and. We were like, I mean, it was, Mexican Telecaster, Epiphone, weren't top of the line guitars, but still, like after practice one day, we were like, we should like, and this was before the days of like relicking guitars and stuff. We were like, we should like slam our guitars
Beat 'em up
together.
a little bit.
So we took both of our guitars by the necks, held them like baseball bats, and we were slamming our guitars into one another. Well, if you know anything about guitars, a Telecaster body is very sharp on the edges, and an SG is very contoured and rounded, beveled, if you will.
Yeah.
I just ate his guitar up. So like his brand new guitar, he spent his hard-earned early 20s money on, maybe 20 years
$500,
old,
$600,
something like that. Yeah, before Amazon, before Musician's Friend was big, all that stuff. We're just beating our guitars up and looking back on that like, oh, what a cringy moment.
Yeah.
What a cringy moment.
Like drummers who would kick their shit over because they saw Trey Cool do it, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, Green Day guy.
Guess what? Trey Cool's got an endorsement.
Yes.
Trey Cool has more than one drum kit. Yeah.
What's funny is that I have more than one drum kit, but I don't have an endorsement.
Nor are you going to kick yours over.
No. We spend our money on this stuff.
Dude,
we would kill for an endorsement, of course.
As a drummer, I think you've been in bands where the singers have done that. When someone stands on your kick drum,
Yeah.
dude, that shit pisses me
The
off.
only person that I ever allowed to do it was Josh Leckie because he was
Like 90
maybe
pounds.
90 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not going to crush it.
God damn, dude. That guy was so skinny.
Yeah, I hated that. Like, I'm going to stand on it, man. Or like, I'm going to come over and like, I did this, man, when I was same band that we slammed our guitars together. Like there was a show and we were rocking out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
guys? Like
Banging.
rocking
And
You were
out.
breaking a
it.
sweat.
Yeah.
You take the headstock and you slam that cymbal with it. Like
Oh.
you go back and you hit that cymbal, dude, because the drummer needs some help, and I'm gonna be the one to do it. You want another cymbal hit here?
Yeah, you
Bam.
better.
I'm your man. So cringe.
I'm sure
What?
he wasn't happy about that.
It was fine.
I don't know.
It was fine.
It totally is fine. I don't know. When I'm in the heat of the moment, it's
Whatever's whatever.
anything can really happen.
Well, that's the
Totally.
thing. You gone from you went from playing drums and then you fronted the university. So you
Yeah.
switched, went from behind. Being behind the drums is it's kind of a safety net. Like you're heading behind cymbals on the other band.
I don't know, man. It doesn't feel like a safety net a lot of times.
I get nervous as fuck when I play drums.
Yeah.
The hi-hat leg, it's constantly bouncing. I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It's just something I do, and I've gotten to a place where it's I feel comfortable. I feel good about it. I mean, God, I'm not the best drummer, but I try really hard at playing new music and
So are you just
getting with
playing in
people.
one band right now?
I'm playing in one band now
Okay.
called Young Bull. It's a rock and roll band.
It's very rock and roll band.
It's if the university grew up,
yeah.
but also was holding true to the Motorhead vibe.
Right.
And I mean, that classic kind of feel with a new, younger. I mean, we're all 30 years old, but we're old dudes rocking now.
Still
Just a
keeping
little
that-
bit harder.
That 4/4 beat though.
Yeah, I'm doing some.
Not a lot of 6/8 in this band.
No waltzes.
No.
Not yet.
None of that.
Yeah, I've never been a drummer.
Trying to work it in.
I've never been a drummer, but I've said this so many times. If I could go back in time and do it all over, I would be a drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're young, you're getting the garage band together with friends. It's like, well, we have 3 guitar players and no drummer. Okay, well then somebody's going to play bass. You might find a friend of a friend or a friend's brother that plays drums or something, but looking back, I would love to have just got a drum set when I was like 14 or 13 when I got my first guitar or whatever, because to me drums are so fun. But now that I'm older and I never really learned how to play, I suck. I am the worst drummer.
It's
I can
okay.
carry I'm a fellow 4/4 beatsman over here. but-
If you can get one beat in, I'm proud of anybody who puts it down. I love it.
But yeah, I always kind of thought there was a safety net as well. But it's interesting to hear that there's really not. I thought if you're the drummer, you kind of see what's going on. You're in the back.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends on what kind of stuff you're playing. Obviously, I mean, any musician really knows that. The drummer and your bass player are really holding down the meat of your song. And that's just me. I mean, that's kind of a humble brag.
Sure.
We do that for the song. We purpose the song that way. We serve the purpose of the song.
Right.
To keep it in line. But I mean, nobody's perfect, and we always fuck it up, you know.
Let's go back to the university because
Lord.
that, to me, man, like I love that band so much. I had the T-shirt. I still have the T-shirt.
Which one?
It's the white
party
one
shirt.
with the mug on it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Surprise
god,
shirt.
I've got a surprise for you guys when we're done.
I've still got one. I'm too fat for it now.
I'll give you a new shirt that I printed.
Oh yes,
They're on black long sleeves.
so much better.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
it'll hide the tits.
What's hilarious about that is that when the university was a band, we came to Lawrence a few times, and it's where I really fell in love with Lawrence. Coming here and just being involved in a college town that wasn't Norman, Oklahoma.
Right.
Yeah, just got away from that crap. But it's the same everywhere. It's a college town, but a lot of opportunities to play here. But the university played for at the Jackpot and the Replay, which are two prominent spots to play in Lawrence, Kansas. Fuck. What was that? Hang on. I lost my train of thought. I am higher than I should be right now. Remind me again.
We're just talking about Lawrence. Yeah.
University getting here, falling in love.
Right.
with it.
So
Okay.
we played a couple of shows for this lady named Jackie. She set these shows up for us, and she's been super sweet to us all the time. Any band that I've been in lately, I mean, she's always loved on and just been super sweet. She held this 11-11-11 show. Those, I mean, that's the only time ever that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Her company is up to 11 Productions. She puts on shows in this town and around. She held this thing, and I was like, I'm gonna make. She asked us, the university, to play this thing because she had seen us twice, and it was just awesome. Damn, the air conditioner turned off, and it got real quiet.
I know, it's nice now. It sounds like Howard Stern now.
But yeah, she asked us to play, and I was like, I'm gonna print new shirts, and so I printed those shirts. It was fun. It was definitely a nostalgia day. She got a bunch of bands back together, for like within, I think it was like 1, 2, 3, or 4 venues that she held this like all day event. It was badass.
Dude, I said the anniversary. I'm thinking of tonight, but the university, not the anniversary.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys just ripped, man. And like, it was different to me because a lot of bands from Oklahoma, you know, at the time, there was a very homogenous kind of sound. I mean, Oklahoma's cool because there are a lot of different kinds of music.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, you know, you go to the Blue Note 4 times in 4 weeks and you're going to see 4 kinds of different music, you know, but University came out just ripping. And I was like, dude, this is so awesome. And you were like the ultimate front dude. And I didn't really, I mean, I knew you were a drummer, but it didn't register to me that like, oh, he used to drum and now he's singing in a band.
Yeah.
And you know, like, dude, that band just ripped. And I remember seeing you guys at, I guess it was Conservatory.
Yeah.
You know, after the Green Door had moved downtown and just being like blown away. Like, dude, this band knows how to fucking do it.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. And even back then I kind of felt older,
Yeah.
but I was like, dude, I'm going to go get another beer.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
inspired
I
me.
love that. I mean, that band was such a crazy experience. I mean, I was on another like plane of existence at that time in my life. But I came down from Tulsa and they were like, hey, come to the practice spot. Vaughn Wood actually was the original singer for that band.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he came, well, he wasn't there that night. He had to work or something, but they had told Vaughn they were going to try me out. And I didn't really know that. They were like, hey, just kind of fuck around on the mic, see what you can do. And I was like, yeah, sure, this will be fun. I had done vocals in 2 other bands before that, like a metal band, a couple metal bands. Anyways, they were like, come on down. And I was like, let's do this. And it kind of worked out. And they were like, you gonna move from Tulsa? Because everybody was moving back and forth from Tulsa, like constantly.
Yeah.
Everybody just moved back and forth from Tulsa. And it was fun.
And it's funny because Oklahoma City and Tulsa aren't that far away, but when you're younger, that might be halfway across the
globe.
globe.
Yeah, it seemed like forever. It's an hour. It's an hour and maybe 20 minutes tops.
As soon as anybody got a car, I think you probably drove to Tulsa if you could.
Oh,
yeah.
Or Dallas.
Dallas was our big
Dallas
one.
was one. I snuck in the middle of the night and just did it just to do it.
Yeah, it was like almost every other weekend you'd drive to Dallas for no other reason but to go.
Shows.
Yeah, shows.
Yeah.
Better shows there for sure.
Loved that time. That was a good time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's take a quick break and we'll come back.
Awesome.
Welcome back to Boys.
Here we go.
We came in way hotter than we left. It's because the wife is gone, and now we're going to talk about pussies.
Dude, I love pussies,
and
man.
by that, I mean your wonderful cat Sabbath.
Yep.
Cat Sabbath.
She is loving.
I get it.
Black Sabbath.
She is loving the microphones
she's black.
right now.
Got a little black kitty.
I'm kind of scared to pet her though, because she's like,
Oh, she's just super spazzy.
okay,
That's all.
I'll keep my distance.
She ain't aggro or anything.
No, not at all.
Okay, so we left off talking about university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What came after that, man?
After the university, my life just kind of mellowed out in a very LSD laced existence. I don't know why I choose to talk about drugs, but
That's okay.
To be completely honest,
They lead you sometimes.
They lead me. They lead me down the path, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was very, what is the word? I was very spiritual at that time too. It was like the university was pedal to the metal, like lifestyle. Everybody was going crazy. Like our friends, our anybody who came to our shows was trying to get fucked up, have a good time, and it was balls to the wall, parties every single night, kegs at these parties every single night. The compound, I'm sure you went there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I had to slow down. I absolutely had to slow down.
Well, may I ask you, like, what made you decide that? Because we all slow down for different reasons, and sometimes it's another person, sometimes it's your body, sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's a friend or a loss or, whatever. Was there a moment, going back to the come to Jesus moment, was there an actual moment or was it just kind of a culmination of?
There was an evening I was up very late playing video games, and I chose to party and partake in a way that I'd been known to do from time to time, and went a little too far, down the hole. Basically stripped down to my underwear and was like sweating profusely, cold sweats, and like was trying to go to sleep, and then I said, nope, can't go to sleep, I might die. I don't know. I was high as hell. And I told this dude, I was like, you gotta bring me home, man. Bring me home. It's at this point, it's 7 a.m. People are up, and I think it was during the middle of the week. And so we'll say it was a Tuesday. And I had done this too many times. I had been in this situation like a handful of times where I was up at 7:30 in the morning, I hadn't slept. But this time, I had been up for like 2 or 3 days, just going fucking wild. And I seriously thought that my body was going to shut down and I was gonna die. But of course, I was a little bit of a hypochondriac as well, because I knew that doing the things that I was doing was affecting my body, but I just didn't care.
Caffeine will do that to you.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Hell of a drug.
it's crazy.
Oh man, I love that pure caffeine. It's really good.
Yeah. Not that I was ever a caffeine addict, but
Yeah.
they're as I got older, they're for me, it was kind of more of my body telling me dude, like you need to stop. You need to like chill out on certain things, like drinking and things like that. Like you're not getting any younger,
Right.
And while you still might be fine for now, if you don't stop this now, like the signs, the signs were kind of popping up. Like, dude, like you're hurting, man. Like,
Yeah,
you hurt all over.
Mine were mostly social cues, because I just realized the kind of shit that was getting me into trouble, and we all hung out with the same people, and I was burning too many bridges and just kind of being an all around asshole,
Right?
And realized it, and got really heavy into LSD.
Now, is that real? Because I've never done acid.
Yeah.
Did it flip a switch in your head? I've always heard that, it's like if you do LSD or certain other hallucinogens or whatever, like it opens a window in your brain that you can really never close as far as seeing things a different way.
I knew from the first time that I did LSD that I was looking for that. And so like I read all these books and like really prepared myself to do something and like go on a journey and try to come back changed. I barely did any at all. It was like the lowest, it was like 1 dose.
Wasn't a heroic dose.
No, it wasn't heroic at all. But I definitely got inside my own head and really allowed myself to do that because I would just shut off the world and my friends and my family and stuff like that and like just be blind to everything that I was doing. That's why I was such an a-hole, and came back to it, you know, through LSD and reflected very heavily. Was very hard on myself for a long time. You know, I was still learning about myself, and I still am every day. I just have to treat it like a learning experience. And when you start to learn from things instead of just experience them, I mean, that's the way you should be. You should just be learning from everything
all the time. Yeah.
and that's your growth, and that's your jumping off point.
Right.
You know. So
I think that's so cool. Like, I would never, ever abuse drugs, ever,
yeah.
ever. But I think LSD should be legal in
Sure.
maybe like a controlled environment for that exact purpose. And I honestly, I mean, no shitting around. I've never done LSD, but I've always wanted to, but I've always been kind of like afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been kind of a fraidy cat. Always. I've always been kind of anxious. I've always just been kind of on edge, you know. I'm not a pussy or anything, but like I've always just been kind of skittish
Cautious.
my whole life.
Cautious.
You know this about me. Yeah.
Caution is very admirable. I mean, it's important. You know, you got to know what your body is capable of.
Right.
You know, I don't know, man.
Well, I've got friends who to this day are doing LSD and some other things. You know, friends that live far away from me in different states, different sides of the globe, and you know, sometimes they're like, "Dude, you should do X, Y, or Z."
Yeah.
And I'll get online and I'll do some like research. You know,
Have to.
kind of like you, a young shaman. You know, and I'll be like, and then I'll read like, "Oh, you have to be in a good frame of mind." Like you'll read trip tips. You know, like
Absolutely.
You know, like, and you'll be like jeffstriptips.com. And it's like, rule number 1, be in a good frame of mind. And then I go, have I ever been in a good frame of mind? Like, I don't want to turn into the glass of orange juice at 35 years old. Like, I don't want to be the guy that thinks he's the wallpaper or something, which those are all horror stories. Like,
I mean,
right?
yeah. I mean, it just depends on how far you allow yourself to go. I mean, there was within like the time frame that I was doing this, I was up to a point where I was taking like 3 or 4 hits and going out to the high-low and being amongst you guys, and a lot of you not really even knowing where I was, but
You were just like in a whole other
I mean, but
world.
I was still very coherent, and I realized what those kind of things could do for me, and so I used them.
but you're saying it helped. It truly helped.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's like I don't know. I don't know, dude. It really opened me up to allowing myself to grow, and I got really inside my own head.
You know, I've heard that a lot and read that a lot about psychedelics, LSD, mushrooms, DMT being another one.
Yikes.
That it's good for, not for like constant use or chronic use, but definitely for, like what you said, it opens you up to learning a lot about yourself, the things you're kind of blocking or hiding, or helps you grow. And I've always wanted to do acid as well, but like Rob, I've been a big pussy about it. I'm like, but I've got friends, man. I mean, I have a friend that has flashbacks, or when we were hanging out, would have flashbacks like almost every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Where it would just like, you'd freak out. Because if you take too much at an early age, I mean, that shit definitely, I mean, it stays in your, spinal column or something or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I never really allowed myself to get too wild.
Yeah, too into it.
So I never really thought about stuff like that.
Sure.
I just knew what it was doing to my brain and my thought process. And I mean, I've seen people go bad, you know? They kind of I think everybody was calling it permafried.
Right.
You know? Just frizzled out. There's a guy here in Lawrence that is like that. Call him Acid Rob. He's a great dude, super sweet, you know. But, you know, when drugs affect your body a certain way, I mean, and I still feel effects from the bad days, and, you know, you have to realize what it's doing to you. But this guy is super sweet some days, and like, you know, just
Insane other days.
Yeah.
you know, you don't really want to talk to him too much. But
Well, Matt and I were talking the other day, and you know, we all know the crazy old man. You know, whether it's your grandpa or the guy you see at Walmart or wherever. And we were talking about our brains, and like where I'm at now, it's a 35-year-old man. I'm way different than I was when I was 21 years old.
oh yeah,
Okay, so as we get older, the question we brought up to each other and proceeded to talk about was, we're all going fucking crazy. Like the brain has an expiration date. Not only does your body and then you die, but your brain does too. And guess what? Sometimes they don't match up. Somebody might have it all together until the day they drop dead. And some people have Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, any sort of debilitative disease that just takes away from the husk of a person that you are. And, you know, we were talking about that the other night. We were like, you know, you see the weird old dude that's like dressed really weird and like doesn't give a fuck. And he's just screaming at the world. First of all, he doesn't care because as you get older, you care less and you kind of dress more how you want. You kind of shit your pants when you want to and all the things that old people do. But also your brain starts to go crazy. And I don't think that I'm crazy now, but I think that the plane's speeding up to like take off. Like, you know, it's still at the end of the tarmac, but you bought the ticket. The belts are on. Seatbelts are on. Yeah, totally.
Sabbath came out to play. You need to quit doing that. Just rub yourself on that little corner right there.
I want to be on the
talking
podcast.
To my cat.
She's sweet. I'm afraid she's going to strike me though. She's a little spastic.
She cool.
I'm a wimp.
You're talking about
taking off, man. Taking off to Crazy Town.
Yeah, I think you kind of get like this sweet spot, like in your your young brain, like it's still growing and forming and stuff like that. But then you get into a sweet spot, and I think I'm brain-wise in my sweet spot.
Yeah. You think you're on the front end or the tail end?
Oh man, I think I'm just a little past comfortable in the 50% mark.
All right.
Not that I'm gonna have a short life or anything. I just think that
early 50s is probably where it's maybe 50s, 60s is where it's gonna start being like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna go, how do I make a bunch of money so I can just go play golf?
Exactly. And I just want to live the rest of my life without work. I don't want to work till I die.
No, not at all.
I don't want to be somebody's bitch until I die.
No.
Like, even if you have a good job, you're still making money for somebody else, unless you're just like a self-made man or something. Even if you have a great job, you're punching a clock, you have to be in a place that you'd rather be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish I had fuck you money. I just wish I did, but I'm not smart enough. And I was always, I know this, self-proclaimed. I've always been a little too apprehensive, cautious, whatever, to really just jump into something, whether it's music, art, anything. Like, I know I could always do better, but when the bar is set so low by like society and the norm, it's like you punch it in. What do they call phone it in? Trying to change that in the last 10 years or so, but like the first 25 years of my life, especially, like I phoned it in, like playing music. Like, I could have got better at guitar, but I got to a point where I was happy with.
Comfortable.
And
complacent.
Complacent's definitely the word.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I go so hard as saying, I got lazy, at a point. And, in my older age, I go, if I just work a little bit harder at respecting myself and respecting my environment and my friends and trying not to mooch off them for so long, and have everyone else take care of me and start taking care of myself, it's that moment of realization. You go, I've made it. I don't have to be in a fucking touring band that's making a bunch of money. I don't have to have the fuck you money job, but yeah, that'd be nice. I'm just waiting for that old age. I'm working now. Feels good. I love working, but we talked. I lost my job like a month ago now. A really awesome job.
Really?
I was a production manager at a larger outdoor venue. So, working within music and playing music, I just loved working in it because I got to learn everything about music, the audio and the lights and all that stuff. Learning production about, so seeing the technical side to your passion is kind of eye-opening, and like seeing how much work it really takes to be in a band.
Not to derail you,
to
but
make a show.
Do you have any examples of that? Because I've always wondered about the technical side of like going to see your favorite band at like a medium to large venue.
Okay, so let's see. I'll make this relatable for us. Taste of Chaos came through, and I'm sure it came to Oklahoma City as well. It was Dashboard Confessional, Taking Back Sunday, Seosin with their original singer Anthony Green, who was in a band called Circus Survive. That's like some scene stuff that we all got into at some point. Maybe not you, whatever. But
definitely, for sure.
You talk shit on it, I'm sure.
On what?
Oh,
I loved all those bands.
Pondo
Did
Burn.
you? Well,
I did.
I don't know. Well, you never learned about it. No.
Big fan.
Anyways, so that came through. All those dudes are older. I'm older, and like 7 a.m. was our load-in time for these shows that like you saw them play at the Green Door, and they showed up like an hour before they played.
Right.
Now they're showing up 10 hours before they play, working out and stuff. So this dude comes up to me. He's like a tattooed guy. He's kind of shorter. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Chris."
Caraba.
And I go,
Caraba.
"Oh yeah, hey, what's up, man? I'm Aaron." I was like, "What do you do on the tour?" He goes, "Oh, well, I'm in Dashboard Confessional." And I go, "Yeah, I knew that." It was just kind of a funny, I don't know.
It was a joke.
It was like, I'm fucking with you, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. I bought like 2 of your EPs for some girl on fucking Valentine's Day and looked like an asshole. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Dude, that dude made a lot of guys look like assholes. How many dudes played a song to try to get laid to some girl on like the hood of a car or something? Like, oh, how cringy. No swipe against Chris or the rest of the dashboards.
Well, I think
but
there wasn't a song that was literally like 2 chords the entire time, and it was just like full open strumming. And it was literally 2 chords, but it was like one of the coolest songs ever. You thought it was going to get you laid.
It doesn't.
it just made a bunch of girls want to fuck him. Like, good job, Chris.
Yeah.
Good job. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the cock block, Chris. This is my Geo Metro. Get the fuck out.
So, working in that environment, you see these, I mean, you wouldn't really call them mega stars, but in the world that I grew up in and we all grew up in playing music.
Definitely, yeah.
And like smaller venues and like seeing independent artists come to be something, and like give you hope, I guess, whatever. There's different versions of that, levels of success, I guess, that you could pen on yourself. But a lot of people modeled, the way they were in bands after these kind of bands, Taking Back Sunday and stuff like that. Oh, we want to be cool. We want to be fun. We want to write really good music. A lot of it is, pretty juvenile because you're young and you write kind of juvenile music. But, living in Oklahoma, there are a lot of talented people. And, you kind of based off their success, you go, okay, well, we write songs kind of like that. We could maybe have like a percentage of that success. But seeing it now, coming into a 3,000 person venue, hanging, like an ungodly, the price of these lights is, it's like 3 times the amount of your car that you just bought.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I mean,
For like one piece of a lighting rig, right?
Right. So I'm working in these larger productions, and it's odd because you go, I saw these bands in like a smaller venue, and now they're putting on these, shows. Why not rake in all this money, by not seeing what they pay for things. It's pretty wild coming from, just playing rock and roll and wanting to play and keep it honest as possible. It's kind of unnerving. It kind of throws me off in a way, but they're giving a whole new group of fans
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean,
you have to hold their attention.
Exactly.
The newer group of fans are younger now.
Folks in their 30s will pay $20, $30, $40, $50 a ticket just to go see those bands.
In a nice setting with like a backdrop.
But
a
younger,
late show
but
setting.
younger kids need flashy lights. Make it all like that Blink-182 show, for instance.
It was ridiculous.
They could have just came out and played the songs, and I would have been cool. But no, it was just like if I would have had any kind of what's the
hallucinogenic drugs. Sorry, that was the first lights, and my brain goes to hallucinogenics.
If I were your flashing lights make you go into seizures?
Oh, epilepsy.
yeah.
If I had any, I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
It was so many flashing lights.
I don't have epilepsy. I don't have a speech impediment.
Espimepsy.
I don't have espimepsy yet.
Epipepsy.
But EpiPen is...
Oh man.
Oh, I just made Josh do a spit take. Anyways, I don't have epilepsy yet, but there were moments during that Blink show where I was like, I should probably close my eyes for a second just to like break the fucking spell you're in.
Reset.
Yeah, it's weird because like here's a teenager's or a young 20-something's brain. I'm holding my phone right now. Oh, this band's cool. This band's playing. Cool. Oh, hold on, I gotta check my Instagram. Oh, I like this song. Oh, hold on, and then take a photo of yourself.
You remember this song?
Yeah, but like Josh, like you said, I would have been happy them playing in front of a brick wall.
Yeah,
like I just want to hear the songs. I want to see them interact. The spectacle was really cool.
It was insane.
Yeah,
but.
It's impressive.
You don't go see Boz Scaggs and he has fucking pyrotechnics. It's like him in front of like he's got a stool with a bourbon on it.
Yeah.
And like a old drummer behind him. And that's it.
A box AC30 amp, and that's
I also did Ted Nugent this year.
Was it huge?
It was ridiculously huge.
Was it American? Was he political?
Did they release a deer and he shoots it?
No. They threw that off the agenda for this tour. But I think the tour was called Make America Rock Again. Which I think
that sounds about right.
A lot of red-blooded American rock and roll bands are probably calling their tours right now or something like that. Anyways,
it's a good crossover fan base.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. Ted Nugent was a stressful day for me because I was like, okay, people are gonna get weird. No, everybody was totally cool. Crew, totally cool. Crews, that's another thing. Like working in the production environment, you make a lot of connections, and hopefully they're good connections. Because they know your name, they know what the kind of work you've done throughout the day, and they see how you work. And if you put your effort into it, all this
carbonation,
sparkly water.
Taylor Vincent would be proud.
No, he wouldn't. He's all LaCroix'd out.
No, here's the thing, Taylor Vincent. I'm calling you out right now. The LaCroix you drink is not LaCroix. You're drinking this Bud Light, lime, Michelada bullshit LaCroix. Drink real LaCroix like a man.
Ooh, all right, hang on. Wait. We even chopped him. Okay,
he's turning the show off right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's definitely not listening to this. What's the cucumber grape thing? Is that the stuff you're talking about?
It's the fancy frou-frou LaCroix.
Yeah,
it's the skinny can.
Get that shit out of my face. That's cheating. It's not real LaCroix. Get it out of my face. Sorry.
Yeah, just give me lime. Or you know what my favorite LaCroix is?
Pamplemousse, grapefruit?
No, clear.
Oh,
flavorless.
Hey,
flavorless.
I'm calling everybody out on this. If you like LaCroix, SodaStream, legit.
You're selling this, dude.
Make your own.
Are you sponsored? I saw your Instagram post. Yeah.
I had to get the label in there. No, it's awesome. And I spend way less money on it. I spend a lot of money up front, but that's another thing. I'm investing into my life.
You're not spending $5 on a 12-pack every fucking week.
Right.
Yeah, so you can spend $50 on that. Just cut out the beer for a few weeks, or forever.
20 days so far right now.
That's awesome.
Going back to Ted Nugent, though, it's funny because, he started out like this rock and roll guitar god.
Yeah.
Right? Just singing about pussy.
Yeah.
All the time. Then you get old, he enters his crazy period.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Then,
it is.
The light switch went off. He starts loving the land, the country, our freedoms, guns. So maybe he hit the bell curve of that crazy. He's coming back down. Also, maybe needs to make a little coin. You know what? Fuck all the political shit. I'm going to go back to singing about eating pussy for 8 minutes at a time. Like, gotta hand it to him.
13-year-old pussy.
What?
He's got a song about fucking a 13-year-old.
No.
Which song?
Okay.
You guys can keep talking. I'm going to Google.
But yeah, so Ted Nugent, that was just a rough day in my head, because when you're working with first timer, like you're the first initial contact with these people besides like contract stuff. And I know too much about this now. And honestly, working in it for a year and a half, close to 2 years, I don't like doing that job anymore because it's just so stressful about something that I love so much.
Takes the fun out of it, right?
It absolutely takes the fun out of it. And last year was pretty stressful because I went from doing one job to doing two jobs and being in two bands during the summer when two bands want to do things and an outdoor venue wants to do things. So basically fried myself. And I mean, I'm still learning about that stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's still one of my bigger passions. I love working in music when I'm not playing music.
Yeah, totally.
So the song is called Jailbait. It's by Ted Nugent.
Oh, well, there it is.
And it goes, well, I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. I just know that you're probably clean. There's one little thing I got to do to you.
Then let me guess what it is.
Fucking
Eat it.
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
my
Wow. Okay, so
God.
you hats off to you, Josh.
He's
America.
Leads me to wonder
Make it
not,
great again.
not to do make eating 13-year-old pussy great again.
Jesus.
Hello.
Oh, man.
What would Jesus do? He
He
takes some
wouldn't
LSD and he'd eat a 13-year-old vagina.
no, he would not.
No, he wouldn't.
He would not do that.
Quit defending him.
He'd take LSD. though,
Quit
for
defending
sure.
Jesus or Ted Nugent?
Both, everyone.
T-shirt. Quit defending Jesus.
Or no, just quit defending him, but the H is uppercase. Leaves a little to the imagination.
Yeah.
It could be the band him.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Dang.
It could be like an anti-feminism T-shirt. Like quit defending. No, it's a feminist T-shirt. Quit
Oh,
defending
yeah.
him. Capital H.
There you go.
Shit, dude. It's all sorts of marketable.
That's boys exclusive.
Okay, so I'm curious because when you were talking about this pedophile song, okay, so before that, like I knew that Kiss had a song called Christine 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they were like 40.
Right. Kind of creepy. Okay. So I'm going backwards in my brain. Speaking of like
She's only
paradigms
17.
and okay, but that's going forward. So we have she's
Sorry.
only 17. We have Christine 16. It's a big jump from 16 to 13,
Chuck
Mr.
Berry.
Nugent.
Chuck
Have-
Berry.
well, have-
sweet little 16.
Have you heard Going Blind?
By the I
Kiss?
almost said by the Melvins.
Well,
They
yeah.
covered it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kiss.
I mean, I'm 93, you're 16.
All right.
I mean, that's, that's close. It's closer to legal, I guess.
The Vandals have a song called 14. And the chorus is, I can't make love to you because you're 14 years old. Okay, so we're closing the gap here.
Yikes.
But we skipped
why?
15. Is there a 15?
I'll Google it.
All right,
Keep
all right.
talk amongst yourselves.
But okay, but my question is, the question that it brings up is, okay, 13, like that's...
That's way too far.
Now, is there a 12? Is there a 12? Has someone had the balls to write a song about a 12-year-old they fell in love with?
That they fell in love with, maybe, and I don't know. They would have to. Garth Brooks had a song. It starts out, I went to work for her that summer. Teenage kid so far from home.
He was fucking an old lady, though.
I know, but it kind of goes the same way for the old lady.
Right.
How old was that dude?
I guess
if you're working on a farm and you are going to work for a lady that might have lost her husband or something like that, you're probably some dude's kid, and he's like, "This is the year you start working. You might be 12 years old going to work on that farm."
Well, let's go
quote,
back.
farm,
well,
the
let's,
pussy farm.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
Hold on. I just realized that Googling songs about fucking a 15-year-old might be something I want to put in there.
They're coming to get you. Joke's
Yeah.
on
Sorry,
you.
continue. My bad.
Okay, so
Oh, they're here.
you're onto something. You're onto something, dude. Okay, so teenage kid so far from home, though. So he was at least 13.
At least.
At least.
Okay,
Teenage
Or
kid.
preteen.
He says teenage kid so far from home. In the
Okay,
lyrics.
we'll say 13. then.
All right.
Damn it.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. We're
No
all in the same
one's gonna
ballpark
fuck
here.
a 12-year-old.
God, what are we even
Nothing
talking
rhymes.
about this for?
Nothing rhymes with 12-year-old. You know what I mean? 13,
12-year-old.
Scene.
No, yeah.
Queen,
Queen's a good one.
Bean. I don't know.
The loneliest I've ever been. I got to find a girl that's 13.
Yeah.
Like, that's wonderful.
That's so creepy.
No, I'm just curious. Like, if we were to graph this out on the wall right here on this
Sure.
beautiful taupe wall,
Yes.
the skirted eggshell,
Dirty eggshell.
there would be like a strange cross section,
Yeah.
like what's appropriate and what was popular. I'd love
Exactly.
to see like album sales versus age.
Oh, yeah.
Like a timeline.
But no one seemed to even like bat an eye.
Yeah.
The dude's talking about fucking a child.
Okay, if Jared from Subway was in the courtroom and the judge was like, "Okay, I have a transcript from one of your texts. It's Judge Chris Hansen." He's like, "You're looking so, or you're 13. I bet you're clean. There's only one thing I gotta do, Mr. Fogel. What is the only thing you gotta do? Why isn't somebody holding Ted
Yeah.
Nugent accountable?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, they say right what you know.
Oh, yikes, man. I don't know. God.
It was fan fiction.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be gross, but I mean, the dude fucked a 13-year-old sometime. Let's bring him to justice.
Well, he didn't fuck a 13-year-old when he came to town, so
That's
Well,
good.
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's
I'm
really good.
I'm really glad.
Oh yeah, sorry. You worked with Ted Nugent. That's where the hell this came from.
Did
See,
you
but
get
that's
to
the
meet
thing.
him? Did you get to meet him?
Yeah,
Oh,
did you meet
hell
the
no.
Nugent? Okay.
No way. No way, man.
Did he
Not
come
at all.
in on a private copter?
No.
Chopper?
No, he did come in
A 13-year-old?
They brought a driver.
Sorry, that was stupid. Go ahead.
But it was funny. He came in like an Escalade, a driver.
Okay.
They like flew him directly to the hotel or something like that. I don't know. And then was not even at the venue all day.
But a lot of pyrotechnics, that kind of shit.
No
happened?
pyro.
No pyro?
No pyro. He kind of toned it down. But yes, it was a very patriotic show. He opened the show with the Star Spangled motherfucking banner.
Like an
Like on
American.
guitar?
On fucking guitar.
Like a true American.
The nastiest distortion. Like, it was... Okay, so remember when Christina Aguilera sang it and, like, threw all this...
Yeah.
He did that on his fucking guitar.
Was it awesome?
I
Political
kind
beliefs
of-
aside?
I kind of felt a lot cooler for seeing it, you know. But
Did you feel America in your heart?
I felt something, but I don't really know what it was. It was like kind of anxiousness, anxiety inducing. It was so fucking loud, and that's another thing. I gotta save my hearing. I can't do.
Oh, earplugs, dude.
Yeah, I got them.
I say it every time I go to a show. I'm gonna wear earplugs. I never fucking do it.
Yeah.
I never do it. You do it.
So, it depends on the show. Get Up Kids? No.
Well, you know, I brought them to that show, which is funny 'cause I didn't even know that they were fucking playing until Drew Hall said something about it. And I go,
Of course, Drew Hall would.
Oh,
Shout out Drew Hall.
Yeah. Shout out Drew Hall. You know, leaving us last weekend. Anyway. Yeah.
You heard
left
it here
us.
first, people.
No, he had something he had to do, I'm sure.
And take care of some business.
Yeah. Do his thing. I ain't mad at you, baby. I just wish you would have called me. So yeah, working in production kind of burnt me out on it. I want to focus.
Do you have
on
any
the
horror
music.
stories? Like, what's the worst thing you encountered? And, you know, not to name any specifics or
Yeah.
artists or venues, but like, just give me an idea of something just shitty that happened. Like, what was your
Just
worst
shitty?
day at work?
Honestly, man.
Like Dustin Freber. Maybe you worked for a Dustin Freber.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Dustin Freber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Good guy.
All right, Dustin.
Sorry,
Freber.
never mind. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little inside baseball there.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. I don't know if you did anything.
Oh fuck no, no. But I have friends that like all of my friends in Lawrence basically do production work as stagehands. You know, it's one of the most constant
It's work. It's
forms-
it's gonna happen. yeah.
forms of income. It's awesome. It's very rewarding. A lot of times, you know, you get swag or, you know, you get to actually watch a band that you like. But, you know, I don't know.
Do you have any
Production-
like really bad
It's not-
experiences? Like any, like did
Nothing
a
was bad.
lighting rig ever fall on somebody and kill them? or
Nothing
anything
like that. It was all like,
Anybody ever fuck a 13-year-old backstage?
well, it's
Just one guy.
It's all like when you don't maintain something,
Right.
things start to break down. Just makes your day bad. That's really all that ever happened. Delays, maybe a couple hour delays, but you always busted your ass and got back on time. Nothing ever horrible ever happened. While I was production manager, when I was working under other people, as just a lowly stagehand, just pushing boxes. Yeah, I've seen stages collapse at Rocklahoma. It was a bad day, just horrible weather, and you know that's just something you can't mess around with. Weather is just one thing that will always ruin your
I'm
day.
assuming it's the ground got moist. This stage was one of those just like scaffold kind of stages, and did it buckle under the moistness of the ground?
No, it was extreme high winds, like
Oh,
straight
okay.
line winds.
So from the top.
Yeah, basically. Took the roof up and then slammed it down.
I don't know
You
if it
know.
was that year, but there was a year I went to Rocklahoma, and being the fraidy cat that I've always been, there were high winds. It was crazy. I don't know if it was the same year,
It
but
was 2008.
okay, I think I went in 2009.
Okay.
But I remember seeing the scaffolding and the stage just swaying.
Whoa.
You know, like the ropes that kind of hold everything tight, you know.
Where
And
the speaker
Yeah.
hanging speakers
Yeah,
moving
yeah,
too?
and
That
you know,
shit's scary.
you can hear like the metal chains clanking
Clanking.
against the scaffolding. So it's a instantly recognizable sound, you know. And I just kept thinking like, man, if I was closer to the stage, I would be really scared because that
Right.
looks like it could fall on somebody and
Yeah.
kill them. You
Well,
know?
and you know, that's the thing. It's like I worked with a lot of very professional people, and it's always safety first. It's always safety first. And if you're not being safe, you're going to get yourself hurt and you're going to get somebody else hurt. And I don't play those fucking games. That is messing with somebody's life and money. And that's, you know, you don't do that. Everybody, and that's the thing about production work too. It's all family, man. It's great. You know, sometimes your your aunt or uncle will piss you off, but they're still your aunt or your
Right.
uncle. You know, they're still blood. Same thing with working with these people.
Yeah, Uncle Ted's up to his old antics, but I still love him.
Fucking 13-year-olds.
I love the guy.
Jesus,
I'll stop.
Teddy. What are you doing?
So what? Okay, so what's the future hold for you, man? We're getting close to the end of the
future.
show. We don't got to
Yeah.
wrap it up right this second, but we're getting close here. So
Yeah, I mean, just, you know, basically the rest of my life, I want to continue growing in my relationship with my wife, doing cooler and, you know, things that help us grow together and stuff like that's really
Adventures.
adventure. You know, I still want to lead a life of adventure, you know, in new projects, you know, in life and adult things, you know. It's very vague, but it's still very focused energy that I'm trying to achieve, you know.
yeah.
I feel that.
And just kind of seeing how things go. You know, I love seeing you guys after all these years and, you know, talking, going down to Oklahoma City and happening upon a Get Up Kids show where 80% or 90% of the people that I wanted to see was going to be at, you know, just
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wouldn't have just done it. So
Totally.
you got to leave yourself open for opportunity. And that's kind of what I'm doing.
Man, it's cool you said,
Playing
you know,
in my bands and, you know, that's about it.
it's cool you said, you know, experiencing things with your wife and like soaking that up. And what's old boy from Don't Make Ghost, bass player Dirk?
Dirk Matthews.
Dirk, yeah. I'm a weird Instagram stalker. Like I might not follow a ton of people,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
always looking at that explore tab.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing friends of friends and just reading comments.
Yeah.
And he posted a picture of either his wife or him and his wife. And I guess they had an anniversary. And he said
Yeah.
something, you know, in his comment, it was something to the effect of like, you know, I just can't wait to squeeze every bit out of life with you for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely.
And that man, it's funny how things from like, I know the guy, we've met, you know, but we're not like buddies, you
Right.
know, good guy.
Good dude.
Yeah, totally. But, you know, we're not like inner circle type friends
We'll
or
have him on
anything.
the podcast.
But I saw that and it just resonated with me.
Right.
I was like, I need to start squeezing.
Yeah, you got to
Dude.
squeeze. You
Because
got to
like
squeeze.
Eric and I, like my wife, like we love each other to death. We have a great little life together, but we don't really squeeze.
Yeah.
We just kind of like,
Yeah.
we don't squeeze. We don't absorb. You know, we're not a sponge and we're not a lemon. We're somewhere right in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to start squeezing more.
Yeah, squeeze, man.
We've been squeezing a little more lately. Like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of funny because she's been initiating the squeeze.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like once I get squeezed a little bit, like
Yeah.
I'm just shooting juices
Your
everywhere.
juices
that's
are gone.
that's one form of squeezing, but there's another form of squeezing, which is I mean, bedroom squeezing needs to be squeezed.
Oh, your bedroom.
sex.
What? I thought you were talking
what-
about hiking.
Lemonade.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
God, Ted, get out of here.
God, Uncle Teddy.
13-year-olds in here? Wango tango, baby.
Golly.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I need to
squeeze
squeeze
that.
a little more. I need to squeeze just a little more.
Dude, many vacations are key. Like getting out of town whenever you can. Start small and then spread it out, man.
Yeah.
Go further and further away. Or I want to get the fuck out of this country at least once in my life. I haven't done it. I want to do it.
Yeah.
You ever
got a
been out of the
passport?
country?
When I was in church, went on a mission trip to
Mission
the
trip.
Philippines. Yeah. And to Mexico.
Build some houses,
I mean, visited some orphanages and
rock some fucking faces off on the drums.
no. But I did go to the Dream Center in LA and they had like a talent show last day and they were like, and I was like, they came to me, I was like the last in line. I was like, let me play that drum set up there. I was like, go ahead, get it, Oklahoma. And that's the first time I'd ever heard Oklahoma. Do you guys still hear that?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get called it all the time here in Lawrence. It's kind of endearing. It's kind of annoying, but whatever.
Again, right in the middle.
Yeah. I blasted out the drums at the church thing. Anyways, yeah, out of the country. Got to do it.
Gotta get out of there.
Got to get a new passport. Mine was, I had a ball chain necklace,
Hell yeah.
a ringer tee, and literally glued spikes off the very
Like
top.
the
Did you have
twisty
tips? Did you have-
spikes.
did you have
Like,
Pretty much.
Bleach
awesome.
tips or anything, or just spikes?
No, at this point, it was just regular brown hair.
he was in between bleachings at the time. We've all been there.
Yeah.
You bleach it, grow it, cut it, bleach it. The
Well,
Chino method.
I've got like the dark Mexican brown hair, so it turns out orange. Yeah, that was always fun.
Especially if you're buying that shit from like Beauty Co. And like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I don't need toner. No, just some peroxide and this and that. And throw it in.
Orange hair.
Turns it fucking Duracell copper orange.
Not cool.
Yeah, I've never left the country either, and I want to. My wife is just itching. Erica's itching to travel. Like she's from like deep Texas. Has been to Mexico many times. Like she wants to travel too, but it's like, being a homeowner, we both started new jobs in the last year. Like shit just gets in the way. Gets in the way, you're squeezing.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to squeeze.
Dude, you got to. Well, that's the thing with Dirk and Emily. They kind of like
they squeeze.
They made their own path. They both. Well, she became a real estate agent before him, and he played in bands, touring, and what have you. And they decided, you know what, fuck this shit. I'll just play in a band with my friends locally, and I'm going to get my real estate license. And now they do that together.
That's another version of squeezing.
What
man.
better way to squeeze when you work for yourself? You sell 2 or 3 houses a year, and you're set.
Maybe more than that. I mean, I don't know. I knew a couple of real estate agents. And some of these guys turn and burn. I mean, it's a huge process. And, some people are fine with selling a few houses a year, but like...
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you only need to sell a couple and you're good.
Right.
Some guys are
you can sell far more.
Like flipping houses.
Yeah.
Going to the fucking grocery store.
Great. I mean, that's just another way of squeezing. I'm going to squeeze all this money out right quick.
Just squeeze it out and then travel.
I don't like being like... That to me, like getting money and like... That's a superficial kind of thing, but... I know I have to do that to do the things that I want to do.
Totally.
So I kind of got to be adults about it, but then still kind of be a kid about it and just get real selfish and go, I'm going to stash all this away.
Yeah,
Or I'm going to buy that Super Nintendo. I'm going to get that shit.
Those were all gifts.
Do you do that, Pando? Do you like take a bit of, you're like, okay, I got this.
Or they were like really old.
And you put a little bit to the side and you get like this little, like this bump up and like, I'm thinking by myself a new snare drum today. I'm going to buy this little piece of gear. And you buy that piece of gear and you hold on to that.
I don't know, man. I just kind of allow it to happen.
Just make it happen.
Well, you remember tithing in church?
Yeah.
I tithe into a little...
As you should.
Into my God pocket.
Into the Aaron plate.
My own God pocket.
Isn't that a Ted Nugent song?
God pocket.
God pocket! It's
about
only 13!
No, she's only 11.
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
a little slice of heaven.
Oh, Jesus.
Remember that? Anyway, it's a good song, B-side.
No
Check
way.
it out.
The
Yeah.
B-side.
No way.
No, I'm kind of different. Like I don't tithe to myself, but like I'm real good with my money, and I have been for a long time. Again, being a fraidy cat, I've always just kind of had the 9 to 5. Like I've always had the little safety net, never quit the band to tour or quit the job to tour with the band is what I'm trying to say. Never did any of that. So always been pretty good with my money. But like, so what I'll do is like, instead of like tithing to myself, I'll just see that bank account get above the threshold here.
Like I can sweep that off.
Yeah. Like I was telling Josh the other day, like recently I got a little extra money.
Yeah.
Just a little extra money happened its way into my life. The first thing I thought of was like, man, I really want another Rickenbacker bass.
Oh boy.
I was like, I had one a few years ago and I ended up selling it. It was a beautiful instrument, but I just didn't bond with this certain one. The action was kind of high. It was a little weird, But I was like, boy, I did love the way it sounded. And it's my favorite design of all time. As far as bass guitars go.
Yeah.
I don't even play bass in a band, but I was like, I'm getting older. I want one of those just to have for the rest of my life.
What color was it?
I want a black or the sunburst. Yeah. The classic tuxedo black or that cool sunburst that's almost kind of like a purple around the edges. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm getting on like Reverb looking. I was like up really late the other night and just having a shamanistic moment, if you will.
Yeah.
And I almost I put a couple of offers out, little low ball.
Yeah.
But and then I woke up the next morning. I was like, man, thank God I didn't accidentally buy 2 of these stupid basses or whatever.
I don't know. That's buying stuff on the internet is a hobby of mine. I love it.
Dude, you should see my Amazon order list. Like I'm a big Prime fanatic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude.
2-day shipping, dude.
I did just buy an auger last night.
Yeah.
And
For your shitter.
yes, sync actually. But yeah, if you look at my list, it's like the most random stupid shit that I'm just like, it's the shit I always forget when I go to like Target or Walmart or I was gonna say the lumber store. I don't know the last time I've been to a lumber store, but like Ace Hardware.
When you have to go to a
Depot.
lumber store.
Yeah. When I'm buying my 2x4s in bulk, building churches,
Dad shit.
building stages.
Shit. Yeah. It's just
Well, let me
cool
ask,
thing to do.
how do you do it? Okay, so because I know you're a flipper, you like to buy and sell gear.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I love
do you
doing that.
tithe to yourself, or do you rat hole it in a jar?
It's a bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I rat hole in a jar. Any earnings that I make on a flip, I immediately go cash in a jar because it's cash changing hands. I'm not gonna throw that in the bank. I'm just gonna throw it in a jar. Then I get the paycheck. You divvy out a little bit of that. Like, I can take about 10% of that, put it to the side.
Sounds like a tithe to me.
Well, because, at this day and age, the computer app era, I can just literally just take that and just dump it to a savings account and just keep dumping the same amount every time.
Yeah.
Then you have this set amount of money, and then like, but I never set out looking for a certain thing. It's always, it's a price point and it's resellability. If it's under $700, but I can flip it for double, I'll buy it. Kind of how I go. I don't like spending over $700 on something.
So are you ripping people off?
No. Well, they're selling it for cheap.
Well, you know the market. You're like, okay, I can buy this off this guy, and
You just buy
that
low and
somebody's
sell
gonna
high.
buy.
You buy low, sell high.
See, I just can't do that. I don't know.
If they're asking,
why.
well, okay. Say a person has a let's say a Lubick acrylite snare.
Yeah.
You can resell it for about $150, $200 depending on condition. Someone's selling one for $40.
Well, yeah, of course you're gonna buy it, but I would only buy it because I know that snare is versatile and I can make it. I personally would just use it.
Sure.
But you don't have the dollar signs in your eyes like this corporate
guess
fat
not.
cat over
I
I
there.
am a corporate fat cat. I bought like maybe 5 of those things and sold them. I should have kept at least one.
Yeah.
But see, there's your calling, man. Like, just like me and playing
Open
the
a
old
pawn shop.
drums. Like, open a fucking music store. Like, okay.
Dude, you should too, though.
I know. I feel like that's the thing I should have done because as much as I like to play
Going
guitar,
together.
Going to bed.
because we're too busy doing this podcast, okay?
This lucrative podcast.
Yeah. Boys Pawn Shop and podcast.
I like Boys Pawn Shop.
With in the back of the shop, we have the studio where we do the podcast.
Dude, that sounds great.
Done.
Pando, you did it.
It's 11 to 4. That's your shop hours. You do a morning podcast and you do an evening podcast.
Yeah, you do like drive to work, drive home.
Hey,
Do it live. I mean, there's Wi-Fi in cars now. Why not?
There you go.
Sure that.
Yeah, there's a
bad.
music store by my house over on the northwest side of town, and it's this dude, David. Have you ever been to David's Music in Oklahoma City? Well, it's actually more in like Bethany area.
Do you go like past like a 7-Eleven?
It's on 39th Expressway.
It's an old one.
Yeah.
It's been there a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shithole.
Yeah,
Dude,
I think I have.
And the dude's nuts. Like, he is deep in that bell curve. Like, that dude's out there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this dude's been running this store, I think, since like 96, 95 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's still kicking. Like,
Buying and selling.
yeah, just buying low, selling high.
Good
So
shit.
cool.
You know, that's what I'm doing in my life, basically. Buying low, selling high.
Experiences.
Yeah. I honestly, I give so much energy to specific things. I become more of an asshole. I think I might be getting a little bit closer to the crazy mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, I dislike a lot of things, and
It happens.
You find yourself-
I prefer to waste my energy on the things that I'm really passionate about.
Do you find yourself getting that old, like that angry old man where like the kids today? Have you ever found yourself saying the words kids today?
Living in Lawrence, Kansas, a high percentage of the students do not live here.
Yeah.
And I welcome summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because kids
and
today.
winter breaks. The only reason I know the KU schedule is because I want to know when they're not going to be here.
Like, when can I go get the good slice of pizza without having to wait in line?
Right.
Or they're sold out. Worse.
Yeah.
So
And just kids these days, honestly. I just did it. I just did it right now.
stop shaking your fist.
Dude, I'm only doing that. 'cause I
Get
gotta
off
pee.
my lawn.
Yeah.
Last thing I
basically.
want to bring up is,
I did that
speaking
to
of
a
this,
dog earlier.
you shook your fist at a dog?
Well, it was like 3 days ago, and my window is right out to my front yard. I think I was sitting right here, and I was looking at something, and I saw this dog run up to my yard and start to squat, and I immediately ran out that front yard and go, "Don't you do it!"
Rolled up newspaper in hand.
No, not even. I just said, "Don't you do it." The dog looked over its left shoulder and was still in the squat position. And I took a step and I was like, "I'm gonna get you."
Did he?
Ran it off.
So did he just like?
He stopped what he was doing and he was ready to drop a coin.
He was
Yeah.
dilating.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was happening.
It was awesome.
I just imagine like Twinkle toeing in that same position. That dog, you know that classic dog shit position where they're just like quivering and like hunched over. My dog's the best at
I
shitting.
think he was in mid quiver.
So anyway, the last thing I want to talk about, and kind of related to this getting older and not giving a fuck, but like I started watching WWF, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I found all of the WWE has an app, and I found all of the old WrestleManias, 1 through I guess they're up to 32
Did you
now.
pay for the service?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I found the app.
But it's on the app.
It's on the app.
That's awesome.
It's on the app as well as other places.
Can you cast it? Can you
could.
Chromecast
We could
it?
share, dude. We'll just like I'll FaceTime.
Maybe we
you.
can cast it later.
All
Anyways,
right.
go
Anyways,
ahead.
so the WWF does not have much of a nostalgic pull to me because I didn't really get into wrestling when I was young. I mean, I knew Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan and all
Bam
those
Bam
guys.
Bigelow.
Yeah, all those guys. But I watched a little bit of it, on Saturday morning or whatever. But I didn't grow up with it. But I started watching the WrestleManias from number 1.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to try to get through all of them. And I can't wait till like the 90s ones.
Oh man, yeah,
They're so
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Bad and good.
I would get them from a dude in one of my science class in junior high. He would sit next to me at our table, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna tape the pay-per-view like this weekend. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Can I borrow that when you're done? So I watched like maybe for 6 years. I think I was his friend just to get wrestling tapes.
Yeah,
What was his name?
friend.
What was his first name?
I don't know. A lot of people were really mean to him.
I think it might be the same guy I'm getting mine from, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy in your science class, sat next to him. He's got him on tape.
Yeah. Sweatpants all the time.
Oh, yeah, every
Yeah.
day.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of
Boners.
smelled weird. Yeah. So I'm watching these, and
Ted Nugent, was that his name?
no, it was his son.
Uncle Teddy.
His mom was only 4. It was weird.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
I'm watching these, going backwards, and man, like, how simple it started back then. And like, like my buddy Jake and I, we've been watching, and my other friend Phil, we've been watching modern WWE, whatever they call it now.
Oh, yeah, the new stuff.
And it's fun. It's mindless fun. It's like a soap opera for dudes or whatever.
Yeah.
But having watched that recently and then going back to the super old stuff, it's so cool to see that there was like a lot of people there, and it was a profitable, enjoyable event.
Sure.
But it's so simple. It's so just like bare bones. I mean, a lot of that has to do with technology and television and broadcasting
absolutely.
and stuff, but it's so cool just to see these, like, let's face it, fat dudes just like hurting each other.
Yeah.
And did you ever get into wrestling?
Yeah. I started watching it when I was maybe 4, for maybe like 6 months, when my uncle and my cousins had a TV in their house. I went over there like every other week or something like that and would watch it because they had taped it.
Wait, did you have a TV in your house?
I mean, yeah,
said- okay,
I'm
you
sure
said that
I
is-
remember.
Okay, it sounded like it's like you like my uncle who had a TV in his house.
Well, it was a big deal. I mean, anybody who had a TV, it
Yeah.
was like, oh, we're going to do something with it.
Right, right.
Like, and it wasn't on all the time. It was like a special thing, I guess.
Yeah.
You'd cook dinner and you'd gather around the
Oh,
TV and
definitely.
turn the television on.
Well, it took a lot of power. You don't fucking run up your electric bill. My dad would not let it. You can only turn it on from certain times. I totally remember that shit.
Dude, that's a dad that has gone by the wayside. Like, dude, here's my shake fist moment.
Dude.
I'm like, Erica, turn the fucking lights off. Because
Dude.
growing up, I was always like, my dad was up my ass.
I was just checking to see if my wife was peeking in the windows or something.
If you're not
It's
in the
the
room,
goddamn AC for
turning
me.
lights on.
if you're not
It's
in the
the
room,
AC.
turn it off.
Y'all don't have like the smart hours deal where
Oh,
like
no, we do. But fuck that shit. Because I want to go 77.
Ooh, that's warm.
With the windows open,
Okay.
with the fans on, energy, quiet.
Hey, I'm gonna go, Dad. I'm not cool in the neighborhood. I got the
Oh.
windows open.
Well, and it's funny because like light bulbs like this one right above our head here, the little curly Q ones,
Yep.
pigtails, they're so efficient. They take so little energy, but they're still left on in my house constantly. And I'm just like walking through, and here's what I say. And I know Erica's probably going to hear this, but she knows. I go back to like the laundry room, like to put some clothes in after smart hours, of course, and the light's on. And I go, leave every fucking light in the house on. Why don't you? It's one light. It's taking like a third of a penny an hour. All right, but yeah, it's so weird. Like, do you do that, Josh?
Oh, I do that. I do that with Diane all the time because she'll leave. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. But she'll like when she wakes up in the morning, she'll turn the light on. Like say it's a Saturday, I'm already up because I'm up early.
Right.
She'll turn the light on and then she'll go to the bathroom, turn the light on there. It's daytime. You don't need lights on.
Open a window, Dracula.
And I'll go back through and like, So there's 3 lights on. And you're not in these rooms. That's cool. I guess I'm paying to light that neighborhood.
Yeah.
But all those dadisms, those things that like, even go back to renting a house. When I first started renting and living with friends, my first thing was like, I'm leaving the lights off. Fuck it. And then you get that first be like, fuck, it's expensive.
I got it from my dad, but I went on to just, solidify everything because I'm such a cheapskate.
Right.
And like, boy, I don't leave a light on. Like, I piss in the dark.
Yeah.
I pee in the dark.
Yeah.
If it's nighttime and I'm like,
I'll pee outside.
Oh,
Save on the water bill too.
dude, I love peeing outside. I absolutely love peeing outside.
I will say this about my wife though. One thing that I think is super cool about her is if she started doing it, pee on your pee. Like there's no need there's no need to flush piss.
Yeah.
There is, though. There's one little reason.
Smell?
It fucking stinks.
It does.
Get over it.
Yeah?
Get over it. Seriously, man.
man.
Pee on
I
pee.
don't know.
I mean, you'll flush it
Sorry,
at the end of the day.
that's my.
No, hey.
You flush it at the end of the day, but
to
like I'm
each
not
their
talking
own.
like flush it every
Energy.
time you piss, dude. That's a lot of water wasted.
Oh yeah.
It is. And that's very true. But, man, like, my piss stinks. Like,
Oh, yeah.
any pee stinks. And like,
yeah.
I understand if it's yellow, let it mellow. I get it. Brown, flush it down.
Yeah. Well,
little-
like you said, going outside and peeing, that's awesome.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love peeing under the stars, just right off the side of my back porch. It's wonderful.
This backyard, perfect for it.
You pee out there?
I have a few times.
Oh, dude, well, I'm peeing out there tonight, my
That's
man.
fine. Right in the alley.
Okay, last thing I want to ask you, Aaron.
Yeah.
So, why did you move here? We didn't.
Why did I
we
move
talked
here?
about band stuff and whatnot, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
was the reason you moved to Lawrence? Because being from Oklahoma, getting here, like this is a beautiful little town. As soon as we got here, not little town, but you know what I mean.
Right.
I wasn't being literal, but it's a nice place. But the drive between Oklahoma City and Lawrence is like desolate, and you see nothing
it
but
can be.
nothing but anti-abortion billboards. And like flatness.
I don't know, man. I like traveling, driving, and I found myself driving up here when I wasn't playing shows, coming to visit people that lived here that were from Oklahoma, and just being enticed by the carefree spirit. And I was transitioning into becoming more of an adult and to becoming more of what I should be. I feel. I don't know. That's all. What is the word? I guess I was projecting at the time or whatever.
It would be like putting things behind and kind of transitioning.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
I was in a relationship that was healthy, but we were in 2 different spaces, I feel, and I was in 2 different spaces with some of my friends that lived there. They were still hanging on to a lifestyle that I was out of. I was enticed, but I felt that I had to make a decision for myself and the people that I cared the most about, to stay friends with them and to allow their growth as well as my growth. And I took an opportunity to play some music up here and started a band called Mansion with my friends. And
look at you now.
you look at me now.
You got a sweet house, a
I
sweet
followed
wife,
music. Yeah.
sweet cats.
Followed music, man, and that's been my saving grace this entire time, except for my thumb.
Can we ask about the
Yeah.
thumb?
You want to ask about the thumb?
Yeah, you have that. Just for the people who are still listening, the person who's still listening, Taylor.
Yes,
Thanks, man.
probably.
Ray, probably.
Taylor, Ray, Erica.
I probably pissed Taylor off with that LaCroix. It's like, fuck this
I'll
shit. Turn it
probably
off.
listen to this one too.
Anyways, so you've got like what appears to be a dick, a thumb dick.
a large marshmallow thumb going on here. Gauze wrapped.
So I'm on a specific diet where I've been eating a lot of sweet potatoes. I found a recipe for a sweet potato toast, which is basically just slice a thin sweet potato piece, stick it in a toaster. And so I was prepping some last night, and I had been holding off from buying a mandolin. If anybody knows what a mandolin, it's basically a little slide that a vegetable sits on with a blade going crossways. And they're very fucking sharp. And a sweet potato is tougher to slice. And I was an idiot, took the guard off, and fucking took like a 1/4 inch.
Just sliced it.
Yeah.
Just scalloped it.
1/4 inch off my thumb. And what's funny is that I have done that to another finger in a restaurant
Same hand?
before. Yeah, same hand. This hand is kind of cursed.
So
I got 9 stitches in my
so are
index.
do you guys have any shows coming up?
No.
Okay.
No, not till the middle of October.
At first, I thought you were making an awkward segue. I was like, dude, we're talking about slicing your thumb off. No, it all makes sense
How are you
now.
gonna, how are you gonna hold the stick like that? I mean, you could find
gotcha.
some
I
weird way.
could do the Jamie Josta, my name is a hate breed.
Yeah.
One thumb.
Just
Kind of just grip
the shit out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's not a big deal.
So what they say? They just was it a stitches deal, or they just have to like?
Well, that piece of my thumb is in the garbage now.
Like in here.
Well, it was before you guys got here. I took the trash out, or my wife did.
Better throw this thumb away. The guys are coming.
Pretty much.
Better throw my DNA out of the door.
They put like this. You know what floral foam is? That green foam that's kind of compressy, and like when you press it, it like just stays kind of where it is. It kind of goes to a powder. It's kind of like this foam that they stuck on this wound, and then she immediately squeezed my thumb into the wound. Like her thumb into the wound with this foamy stuff. It's like foam form or wound form wound, what foam wound. Anyways, it fucking sealed this shit up, cauterized everything. And she's like, well, just keep that binge on for a couple days.
Set you free.
Yeah.
Tapped you on the butt.
It's like a preemptive scab that they put on there.
So okay.
And it sucks.
They give you a time frame of like healage.
She said
My favorite Descendant song.
healage.
It's the Christian Descendants.
To achieve. Oh my God.
Sorry.
The Ascendant?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Ow.
I like it.
The
Ascendants.
man.
Healage.
Milo goes to heaven.
Dude.
We're starting to band the night, boys, whether you
Done.
like it or not.
There's
done.
a room in there. We can just get it
I'm
going.
eyeballing some drums
Yeah, I got an acoustic in the room.
that as a Christian would play.
Yes.
Anywho,
It's detuned to like see though.
so we'll be heavy Ascendants.
We'll be the descending ascendants.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
back
sorry.
to your thumb. Sorry.
No, it's just a fucking cut thumb. That's all it is.
Just try to make it interesting, man.
Yeah,
it's a fucking scalloped thumb. Get over it, jerk.
No, man, I like literally cut the side of my thumb off. It was good. It was awesome.
Good, man.
It's like a large peanut, the meat, half of the meat, because it breaks off into two pieces.
Oh yeah.
Basically a sliver that size chunked off my thumb.
Wow.
Fun stuff.
Well, I think that's a good time to end the show. Is there anything
Don't
else
cut
you
your
want
thumb
to
off.
bring up? Yeah, any parting words of wisdom or
No,
Squeeze. Just squeeze.
yeah, I mean, just squeeze it. Everybody should get into a point in their life where they want to squeeze everything out of their relationships, their past relationships, their future.
Passions.
Yeah, passions. I mean, don't be afraid to let yourself go.
Just squeeze.
But,
Let yourself in, free yourself.
I want to add to that though.
Lose yourself.
In the music, the moment.
We were listening to Eminem when we
Oh
pulled
my
up here
God.
today. Weird. But the thing about squeezing though, and I'm not trying to come off as a know-it-all, but what I've learned over these years is, you got to squeeze the right one. You got to squeeze the right situation.
Absolutely.
My Uncle Ted always told me, you can squeeze an 11-year-old line, but the juice doesn't shoot till she's 12.
Oh my God.
Just some words of wisdom. Well, we're going to go see the anniversary now.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. This is going to be so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's great. And Aaron, thanks so much for doing this, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad I could have you guys. I'm glad I enticed you with getting you into a show
Dude,
to come up here.
We were so happy to come here and
Yeah.
do this. Like, this was fun. It
We'll
was
be looking
great.
forward to it.
Awesome.
For a while.
dude.
So
Hell
we got Young Bull Bandcamp. Young Bull.
Yeah, it's Young Bull 666, something like that.
Do you have a gram? Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah, man.
Anything
We've basically got it all. Just search Young Bull LFK.
Sweet.
On
Lawrence, fucking
Instagram.
Kansas.
Lawrence Friendly, Kansas.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. Good boys. Good bulls.
But
that's-
666.
It's kind of become that for other people that are doing other podcasts. They can't say the F word, so they say
So
friendly.
episode 22 with Aaron Pando. This has been great.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Bye.
Adios.